Hello, Serge here from the back porch. Have the clipboard, and I'm answering a question, but it's still a question, the same questions, this long message that was sent to me by Jim, one of my students, as I said, for the last few days. And he makes another good point here that I want to discuss with you. Jim says, moreover, I was taught to be very wristy or a handsy player, and now I understand how inconsistent this style of play can be. I appreciate now that this style of play promotes the tendency to attempt to accelerate the club head by forcibly uncocking the hands into the ball. It is probable that this tendency to hit from the top and come over was somewhat rescued by the chin-shoulder contact. Absolutely correct, because I think what happened in those cases is, A, once you made that contact, you knew you were at or had reached the top of your backswing, and so therefore you would be able to transition. And in many cases, because you being a surge swinger and trying to make the limited turn three-quarter swing, where I talked about from the beginning about no wrist cock, good wrist action is no wrist action. We rotate and lift the club and in the mitt and up the tree, and we lift the club up. But I've been many times accused, and especially DJ, of cocking the wrist, but it's not a wrist cock. Look, I can go from here to there and up, and nothing's changed. But when you do this in a nice, active, and good speed, especially DJ being as tall as he is and how fast he rotates and lifts up, it's an optical illusion. It looks like wrist cock. So Jim, you started off by reducing your wrist cock because you know that's one of the major tenets. Good wrist action is no wrist action. We just lift up, we keep the wrist firm. There's a rotation and up. So number one, you're not trying to break your wrist. Number two, because you've now been noticing that when the arm hits the chin, that's pretty much the top of your backswing, plus you've been trying to go to three-quarters, so the days of getting up to the top and cocking the club and setting the club at the top are gone for you, and so that stops that wrist break. So all of these things are adding into each other, and it's helping you shorten up your swing. Compound that with the wide knees outward pressure, which is not letting you, with the knees staying wide, cuts down your turn too. So all of these elements of the setup and the swing of the surge swing is built in there, that all of these, it's like laying one brick on top of another. As you lay enough of them, the wall just keeps getting higher and higher. Well, this is the wall. This is what we're building. We're building the tenets of the swing, of the surge swing, for you to get up there, and all these things are following in. And what's going to happen is again, I keep talking about this point of feel. You're starting to feel more things. You start to feel this. You can start feeling this. You can start feeling how your firmer legs with the wide knees outward pressure is affecting up here. You're building this whole sensory perception of feel about your entire swing, from your setup to the swing, all the way to the top of the backswing, and then to the finish. You're building this feel from the tips of your toes to the top of your head and all the way down to the tips of your fingers. You're building this extra sensory awareness of what your body is doing and how it does it. And like I said previously, if you want to get good, you have to change mechanics to feel. And that's why it's like people have asked me, what do you think about when you're getting ready to hit a golf ball? Once I decide what I want to do, the shot I want to hit, I just when I take my practice swings, I melt into the setup I want to produce the swing to do that, and I make the practice swing 1, 2, or 3. When I feel the swing that my mind says that's the swing to give me that shot, then I walk in and swing that feel. Feel the swing in a practice swing, then set up to hit the ball and swing the feel. It's all about building this extra high sensory set of senses to sense and feel everything you want in the golf swing. You got to know the mechanics that cause it, but you play by swinging and you play by feel. Feel creates the swing, and that's the key. And as you're seeing, just as the last few times, the lessons we've done where I've talked about Jim's questions, everything he's starting to build up a greater, higher intensity and level and consciousness of his feel. It's all about feel. So keep thinking, keep practicing your swings in your mind and physically when you swing, but you're always trying to find these pressure points and feelings that create the swing, hits the ball more solid and straight. And that's the one you're going to do. You set up and you swing that feel. Well, that's it for the Surge today. Feeling his way through everything. And hopefully you're feeling it too. And I'll be talking to you all again soon.